Hey folks, thanks for tuning back into the Colonial RV channel. Joe Welch is here with another service tech tip video. Not everything about RVing is glamorous. Sometimes we need to get our hands a little dirty. So let's talk about your sewage system and your dumping protocols. The dump station is not as scary as folks make it out to be. With the right tools and the right practice, sewage dumping can be quick and pain-free. That's why today we're going to talk over how to properly empty your gray and your black waste tanks on your Airstream trailer. I get asked a lot, how often should I empty my RV tanks? A general rule of thumb is to wait until your tanks are about 2/3 full before emptying them. It creates a much better flow when dumping, making the process much more efficient. It's all relative as well. If you're traveling with a large number of people, you may need to empty your tanks every other day. If it's just you and your spouse, maybe once a week. So today we are in a 2022 Airstream 27-foot Globetrotter. Inside, let's check out our control panel. This is going to show us how much waste is in each system. Here we have a sea level tank monitor, and we've got a 37-gallon freshwater tank on board. And as you use your freshwater, it's either going to go into your gray or your black, depending on what you're utilizing. On our sea level 2 monitor, you can see our fresh percentage, our gray fill percentage, as well as our black. We also have our pump switch and our battery display here as well. Become familiar with where your dump hookup is in relation to your axle, so you can watch your mirrors when you pull along the dump station and line up with the most optimal route from the dump station for your sewer line to make it to the sewer. Before beginning the emptying process, we need to get everything set in place. First, let's get our waste tube out of its storage location. On travel trailers like this one, you'll see an easy hose carrier, and underneath here, we'll find our black tank sewer hose. And Colonial Airstream will provide all its customers with a 10-foot premium waste hose. We simply open this compartment and pull out the 10-foot sewer hose. There's even extra room in here if you wanted to store a larger one. Step 1. Make sure that you have gloves. The last thing you want to do is touch some waste matter. Trust me. Step 2. Locate your sewer hookup underneath the trailer and take your cap off. This is usually going to be firmly tight, and maybe you'll have some residual drip when you open it, but that's nothing to worry about. Step 3. Next, you're going to take that waste hose and seal it securely onto your sewer hookup by placing it up against it and then taking your hook ends, twisting, and locking them into place against the hookup there. Now, depending on brand, you'll have a few different options on the other end here. What we would recommend is you get a clear right angle like this, because most sewer hookups will not be as aesthetically pleasing as the one we have here. You'll have about a 2-inch drop with a square end on it, and you'll have to open that up in your site if you're lucky enough to have one. Otherwise, there'll be a dump station with a dropout just like this, and I want you to utilize an angle like that to get the best flow out of your trailer and into the sewer hookup. Step 4. Now that we have our hose hooked up, it's time to empty these tanks. The best practice that is generally accepted is to empty out your black tank, your main holding tank first, and then follow that with the gray tank, so that your hookup here is cleaned out with your gray water and not leaving as much residue behind from the black tank. So I'm going to grab my T-handle here and pull. That's going to release the flow from the black tank. You'll see a lot of people selling products like the Slinky that's going to work the tank at a correct angle out of your output so that you're not losing so much during the flow rate. You can see we've simulated our sewer with a blue water from the Thetford treatment there that we sell in our store. And we're going to talk briefly about how you want to let all that liquid in your tank drain out first before you switch over to your gray tank. Also, if you're going to use your black tank sewer flush, if you have that on your unit, you would wait until all the waste is out before hooking it up. And now that we've seen the last of our black tank emptied out, we can close our T-valve here, move over to the gray valve, and pull that T-valve. Now we're going to experience that flow through our sewer line. Just let that work its way out our valve as well. You see our gray water is about clear here. And this would be sink and shower water typically utilized inside the RV. What I'm doing here to ensure that we have no liquid left in the sewer is what I call walking the line. We're just letting out whatever would be left in your sewer hose and then we are shutting our gray valve, assuming that both our tanks are empty here. You can always go inside and check your sea level sensor. And also, while we're here, while we're still hooked up, if you have that black tank flush, now would be a good time to hook it up. I would always recommend only using your black tank flush with your T valve open. It's not meant to build up the tank to completely fill it. It's meant more so to spray the sides of the tank, clean any debris, and you'll be able to walk your line and watch through your clear 90 to watch that debris empty out. Once you've finished up with that, release the hose, close back your black valve, and then lock your T-bars in place. So you don't have to worry about them opening going down the road. Then you should be safe to go ahead and grip your sewer line, give it a twist to unlock it from your sewer hookup. Then you want only lift directly up to get rid of whatever unwanted liquid might still be hiding in your hose. Then we're just going to remove from our sewer dropout, close up, store our tools here, and if we have some Thetford treatment or deodorizer, this would be a good time to drip a little bit in that black tank through the commode. So here at Colonial, we have a simple, not too abrasive treatment for your tanks. Some folks will recommend different detergents or sewer tank treatment fluids, but a lot of times they can damage the tank, leaving a film and making your sensors constantly misread your tank levels. So simply get 1 part bleach for every 15 gallons of water in your system. Let that sit overnight and then drain and flush your system. We will be creating a full how-to video on how to clean your water tank system later in this series, so stay tuned. See? That wasn't so bad. Now with a little practice, you're going to see how fast and painless dumping your tanks really is. Remember to take the proper steps in order to avoid unwanted messes. Before we end this video, we'd really appreciate everyone hitting that like button and subscribing if they haven't already. If you found this video helpful or you have any questions, please leave us a comment below or reach out to us at colonialairstream.com. Our phone number is 800-265-9019. And my name is Joe Welches, and I'll see you all again in the next Colonial Service tip video.